Jamison Wagner now in federal custody. This after being charged with arson attacks. Federal documents unsealed on Monday.
There was no resistance on his part. He came out, as directed.
The latest, Republican Party in New Mexico headquarters targeted in what they called a deliberate act of arson in March.
This is not how democracy works. No one has the right to threaten, intimidate, or attack others because of their beliefs.
In February, a scorched, burnt gray Tesla destroyed at this Tesla Albuquerque showroom in Bernalillo. FBI investigators connecting the dots.
He's definitely educated. He's someone that did his research based on the evidence that we found at his location.
2 Teslas involved in the fire. Quote, Die Elon and quote, Tesla Nazi Inc. plastered on the building, spray painted in black and red graffiti.
I went downstairs, was looking down to see what was going on, and sure enough, it was a Tesla on fire, whatever, called the fire department, raced over here.
The FBI telling us similar to what we have seen of suspected arson attacks at Tesla dealerships across the country, like this one in Las Vegas.
We're trying to see, was there a connection with these other investigations that are happening in other states across the country, or is this more of a copycat?
FBI and ATF agents executing a search warrant at Wagner's home on Saturday. Multiple pieces of evidence found inside, including black and red spray paint matching graffiti used at both crime scenes.
Definitely homemade. There was these are things that you could find at any local grocery store pretty much at that point. The incendiary devices that were used by this individual were not necessarily very sophisticated, but definitely there was evidence that was similar to these types of devices that were used at both locations that we found in his home.
Investigators determining Wagner owned this 2015 white car captured on surveillance footage.
Nothing that would stood out. And his criminal history and his background was not someone that would have let us just based solely on that would have said this is a person that's responsible for either one of these locations. So this was someone that was motivated by different things.
Today, the Republican Party in New Mexico telling us they are sending a clear message.
By using violence to intimidate and silence people that you don't agree with is not the way democracy stands, the way it works. And I am thankful that the people that are responsible for any kind of violence and silencing people are going to be convicted. And I think the FBI and the ATF did an amazing job linking all the evidence together. And I look forward to this case being prosecuted to the full extent of the law.